Welcome back, Martin Sim Racing fans. We're back with another video. Today I'm going to show you 3 races that helped improve my DR this week as we were racing on Daily Race B at Mount Panorama in Australia. And what a track it is. This track has 571 feet difference in elevation from the lowest to the highest point. So it is an amazingly unique track. But we're going to start off here. As you can see, we had plenty of drivers with higher DR than we did in this race, and we started off 5th in this race. But if we can just come in 5th place, just stay in 5th place or gain 1 position, we're going to gain a lot of DR in this race. So watch what happens right here as we get right into it. Now, I was nervous to start this race with these A+ drivers and A drivers in this race. Top 2 drivers up here are A+ drivers. So if we could somehow beat one of them, man, we're going to gain massive DRs. You can see something going on here around this turn. This is turn 2. As you can see, Baroom is already slowed down and went wide into the wall, and he is an A+ driver, and we're going to gain a position on him and move up to 4th place right here already in this race. And then we're going to go on the inside of Ahmad, who's a A driver, and gain another position. We find ourselves in third place here on the first lap. Let's go back and see what happened to Baroom here. As he got bumped from the rear end by Ahmad, and that forced him to go wide, and that slows him down, and everyone's able to pass him right here on lap number 1 at the beginning. But he is a fast driver. It's going to be tough for us to hold him off. Now watch what happens here. We're looking at Ahmad, and I bump him just a little bit in the back end there. I don't really see that as my fault necessarily. I just see it as a race event because he kind of went squirrely, slowed down unexpectedly, and I got into his back end there just a little bit, just a touch, but it was enough to help me get on by. It was unfortunate for him, but I don't really think there's anything I could do about it because I can't drive with my foot on the brake the whole time, or I'm never going to win. Because we're just trying to hold it together here on lap 1. We're already in 3rd place, so now I'm really nervous because you got an A+ driver, A driver, and then me, the top B driver right now. And all the B drivers in this race, I checked their DR before the race, they all have higher DR than me. So it's just a great opportunity that the game is giving us, probably because there's low player counts this week on GT7, but it helps us. We have a chance to beat drivers with a higher DR and get our DR up like we want to do. So you're going to see coming down lap 1, we're solidly in 3rd place, but can we hold it together? That's going to be the name of the game here. On lap 2, moving ahead, coming down toward the end of lap 2, is we got 2 more big turns to make. We're still in 3rd place, and you can see from behind here, I'm being chased. These guys are right on my tail. What is going to happen here is Martin has got to figure out a way to hold them off. Baroom here, this 5th place driver, is an A+ driver. So we know he's faster than us, but we are holding our own. But they're both going to take the inside on the final turn of the lap. And I'm hoping to do a switcheroo, but I just don't carry enough speed to get ahead of Baroom. And I fall back to 5th place here on lap number 2. Now switching ahead here to lap number 3. Is I'm still hanging right in there with the A+ driver. I'm knocking on his back door. I'm going to try to pull him on this long straight here after turn 1. As we're coming down through here, can I get it done? Can I get the pass done? I felt like I was faster coming around turn 1 than he was. I should be able to get the move done, but we just cannot gain ground on the A+ driver and get it done. So we're going to go around turn number 2 here and try to get him on the inside, but not going to quite get the job done. So we're going to fall back, still in 5th place, right behind the A+ driver, and the A driver ahead of him, and another A+ driver up there. So we are hanging in there, holding our own with these top drivers. As we continue on, you can see Baroom, he's going to start pulling away from me a little bit, and that A+ speed is really going to get to me, and I just cannot keep up with those drivers yet because I am not an A+ driver yet. But I do feel that even though I got that B next to my name, I'm driving more like an A driver. So I skimmed the wall a little bit there, and that one mistake, and he's gone. They can recover from mistakes, and I don't seem to be able to because they just don't have the overall speed that they have. So as we're coming down through here, we're going to see O'Florence get sideways. We're going to gain another position, go up to P4. Let's go back and look and see what went wrong there with our boy there and see what happened, what caused his crash there. So as he's coming around through here, we're going through the mountain, starting to come down the hill, he's going to get those tires in the grass just enough to cause the car to lose control and go sideways. And that's when he gets passed by 2 drivers, including myself, and I move up to P4. And that's going to carry us on through here. Down the hill we go. As you can see, Baroom's just pulling further and further away, and we just cannot keep up with that pace, that A+ pace here on GT7 just yet at this point in our career. And we're coming around lap 5 here. We got one more curve to make. We're going to finish in P4, which is a +1 on position gain for this race. And I told you, lots of A drivers. Maybe 3 or 4 A drivers are behind me. So my DR definitely went up after this race. So it was a great result for me, because to get any higher than that, I would have had to beat A-plus drivers. And I just don't think I'm quite there yet. With a little luck, you know, anything can happen, but it just didn't happen just yet. So we're going to get right into the next race. Yeah, you can see one position raised there, 4th place. Our boy in the background's happy, he's clapping, he's ready to go. Look at all your A-plus drivers in this race, all the A drivers. There we are, 9th place as a B driver. But listen, you got all these A drivers, and here we are in 9th position. So if I can finish in 9th place, and I'm just showing you here, I'm just looking through here, just looking at the DR for the different drivers, seeing how far ahead of me they are, so how much potential I have to gain ground on this race coming up. But as you can see, if I can finish where I'm started, I'm going to gain DR, because I'm beating people with higher DR than me. But if I can gain 1 position, 2 positions, I'll be happy. I'll take it, because there again, we're racing with A-plus drivers. So we get right in here. We're going to get a bad start to this race. Didn't take off quite right. And we're going to fall back to 10th place to start lap 1 right off the get-go. So that's not what we want. It's not a good start. But we're going to try to draft this guy and get our position back if we can right here. I was trying to hold in there, trying to get this in his slipstream right a little bit here on the Playboy car. I'm trying to go around to the right here and come on the inside before we go through Quarry down here at the very end, which is turn number 2. But he can see he pulls ahead, and we're just not able to get it done. So trying to hang in there close, because I've got a big bunch of cars right in front of me. So one little mistake and I can jump up a few spots, even though I've already lost 1 position here on lap 1 as we're just getting started. But we're hanging in there. We're right behind them. Give the Playboy car just a little bump. Trying to catch up with this group. Can't quite get it done. Everybody's racing pretty good, pretty clean, but man, we're all packed in here. This is a tough track. In this situation, you just can feel something big is about to happen, and you're just waiting on a catastrophe, and you just want to drive right on through it. So I'm just trying to hang back here, but then I hit the wall, slows me down, and I'm going to lose another position because of that, as you're going to see in a minute, because it just slows me down so much that everybody can just go on by. So now I'm back to P11. So this is a terrible start to our race. We got all these A drivers, we got A+ drivers, and we're not doing good at all. So there again, remember, we just wanted to finish where we started, which was 9th, or maybe gain 1 or 2 positions, and our DR would go up. Now, I probably can't hurt my DR a lot if I lose some positions in this race, but it's definitely not going to help it. But you can see he gets a little squiggly coming out of that last turn before we make our way down the hill here on this massive elevation drop. So there's a chance to gain that position back, as I'm going to try to slipstream him here, and then I'm going to try to go on the inside before we go around this high-speed turn up here, and then be in P10 before we make that next curve. Here we go. We're going to get it done. We got more speed coming through. Avoid any contact. Hit the apex and solidify P10 right here. So by the time we finish lap 1, we are in 10th place. As we're coming around lap 2, we're going to get around the Playboy car, as he's got everything on his mind except racing. Buddy, I know it's tough, but you got to focus on your racing. All right. So we get in P9 again, and here we go, back where we started in P9. So that's good news, because we're here on lap 2. We got plenty of racing here to go. We got plenty of cars up in front of us, plenty of opportunities to get an overtake. We bumped the wall coming in here on lap 2, but so does P8, and we're able to gain a little ground on him, the Polo car, and we stick it right on the inside of here. Now, we probably should not have done that. We just messed that guy's race up. I'll take the blame for that. I think that was my fault. But I saw an opening there. I was headed towards the opening, and then it just closed on me. Let's go back and watch it from his perspective. Here he is, and he's just going to try to hit that apex, and it wasn't there, and I tried to make it be there, and that was a bad mistake on me. I apologize if you're watching this video. I'm sorry. I think that was my fault. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, but I think it was my fault. So anyway, moving on here, we are up into P8. We are in P8, and we're going to get in a battle here with Jay Booker. And he's a fast driver, but we're going to gain P7 now as another person go off the rails right there, just like we've seen in the last race. Let's see what happens here. Not the same reason, but he just gets squirrely coming through there and didn't stabilize the car with some throttle, and we're able to gain another position. But Jay Booker is right on my rear end, and he is a fast driver, and I just don't know how long I can hold him off. If I can get a good run coming down this hill, then maybe I can get some separation. But he is right there slipstreaming me. He's very good at it. Very precise. He comes up right behind me, and he's going to pass us just like we passed the guy earlier. It's the exact same thing, but we're on the receiving end, which does not feel good this time. So we're going to fall back to P8 here on lap number 3. Coming down to the end toward lap number 3, we are in P8, which means we are up one position. So if we can finish the race in P8, that won't be such a bad thing. But as you can see, OJ Booker got it done there, and we just, you know, he is a fast driver. It's going to be hard to keep up with him. But you can see coming around in lap 5, I'm trying to hold this guy off, and I am going to hold him off. I'm going to finish in P8, which means we're going to gain a ton of DR from this race too. So that's 2 races in a row when we've been in there with A drivers, A+ drivers, and high B drivers, and we've beat a lot of them. All, you know, we've hung in there with them. So we're showing what we're worth right here. Gain 1 position. Our buddy in the background is happy again, and we're moving on to the next race. And you can see right here, this is when we race in our own league, the B League, and we are in the tops position. So you guys know the anxiety of being in pole position, of having those people breathing down your neck. To go along with that, when I did this race, I wasn't feeling near as fast as I was a couple of days earlier. So I'm sitting here with this great qualifying time for a B driver, but I'm not really driving like it in warm-ups and everything. And so I've got all this anxiety, and these guys are just breathing down my neck. So we're going to watch this race from a little bit different perspective here and just see how close it is. The amazing thing about this race was how close it was the entire time. I had to drive the entire race with these guys right on me, and in the past that would have gotten to me and I would have failed and I would not have won the race. So has Martin Sim Racing graduated? Has he dug down and learned how to win? Let's watch here and see what we can do. Is here on lap 2, as you can see, I'm getting just a little bit of separation, and then I start to feel comfortable and I slow down a little bit and they catch me again. So on lap 3, you can see I got a line of cars. I mean, I make one mistake, I'm probably dropping back to 6th position and not much less win the race. But I mean, it's just so tight. This is one of the tightest races I've ever been in, and I was in first place the entire time up to this point. But can I finish the race in first place? And you can see he tries to go around the outside, and Martin's going to hang it on the inside and keep his position. I've tried to learn from getting past in all these races what to do, and I really like covering that inside, but I got to be thinking 2 turns ahead sometimes, but not right there because there's a long straight after that turn. But you can see we come around here, I'm still in first place as I have fended off the overtake. As we come around here, we're going to, later in the lap 3, as we're starting to come toward the crest of the hill, I am starting to feel too comfortable, but you can watch what happens is P2 goes in the grass and I get a little bit of separation here, but then I start to feel comfortable. I start to slow down. I start to say, don't mess up, don't mess up. You got plenty of room here, and they start gaining on me again because these guys behind me are fast, and I'm going to be honest with you, I go in the grass here, and now here on lap 4, they're able to close that gap, and you'll see because I slowed down so much from going in the grass, they close the gap. But the pressure is getting to me because these guys, even though they're B drivers, most of the ones directly behind me did have higher DR than I did. So they're probably a little faster or every bit as fast as I am at this point. As we're going to fast forward here, you can see how close it is. We're going to jump here to lap 5, the final lap. Can Martin hang on? Can we get it done? Can we win this race? We've been driving the whole race with these guys breathing down our neck. Can you imagine the anxiety? My hands are sweating, my heart's pounding. I just don't know if I can get it done. As we come around turn 2 here, this guy's going to try to make the same move and go outside, but I'm hanging it on the inside. I'm on the power quick and early, getting through there, and I'm still in first place, but he is right there waiting on me to make a mistake so he can laugh at me as he goes on by. But old Martin's hanging in there. He's hanging tough. We're going to try to do better than we've done in the past. We're going to try to stay calm and drive fast and just take every curve one step at a time, one step at a time. But those guys are right there, and you know they're going to go for it. Here on the last lap, all the gloves are off, and somebody's going to make a move. Or is it going to be a disaster, or are we going to hang on? That's what you need to hang on and see right here to the very end what happens. When you're coming around and going down to the crest of the hill here, you got to be careful. We're going to give a little bit of throttle coming through here to stabilize the car, straighten it up. Coming around the curve, make a good pass. We got a good run coming through here. Real fast through here, probably fast like a mid-A-level driver through here, faster than these guys, trying to get a little separation, but they're hanging in there. Everybody's boom, 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 one after the other. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, all right there. This race can go any which way as we coming down the hill. Are they close enough to slipstream us and get the pass here at the bottom of the hill like we've seen time and time again on this video? Or do we have enough separation to maintain a lead? As we're coming down through here, we got a good lead, and they're battling a little bit, which is helping us out. So we've got 2 more big turns to make before we can get another win 2 weeks in a row here on Martin Sim Racing. Coming around the last curve here, I'm gonna try to cover the inside as he's gonna make a move for it, but I covered in, and then he comes right up behind me as, boy, I'm getting tense now, and I'm getting nervous, as you can tell, and we're coming around the last turn, and I'm gonna cover the inside this time. I'm not gonna let this guy pass me like I did those A-plus drivers. Cover the inside, block them off, run it down to the finish line, and get P1 2 weeks in a row here on Martin Sim Racing. That's right, folks. We've got another win in the books, and the DR keeps going up, and we're on our way to A. Any day now, anytime, we're going to make it to A's. Martin's getting faster and faster. Another victory, baby. And that's what it's all about. And that's why you're tuning in to Martin Sim Racing. Now, look, that's where we started the week. Look where we ended up at the week. We definitely gained some ground right there, as you can see here on Martin Sim Racing. Probably got 2 more good weeks if we can keep the results coming. And we're going to be an A driver in no time. Guys, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, I don't know what you're waiting on for. Hit the subscribe button and tune in next week to see where I stand. Thank you. Have a good week.